The Ogre, otherwise known as Demon 3 The Ogre, was directed and co-written by Lamberto Bava in 1989 for the TV series Bravado Galileo. Now, this is a series of 4 films, all directed by Bava, and they include Until Death, Graveyard Disturbance, and Dinner with a Vampire. Now, due to Bava also directing Demons and Demons 2, this gained the title Demon 3 when marketed around the world, despite not a single demon showing up in the entire film. The movie begins with a young girl named Cheryl experiencing nightmares of the aforementioned ogre living in her cellar. Now, these visions become fuel for her imagination as she grows up to become an accomplished horror writer. While on vacation in Italy with her family, they stay at an old castle, which has never ended well for a single person in any movie I've ever seen. However, if given a chance to live in a castle while I was on vacation, I would totally jump at that chance too. So I understand where they're coming from. The castle itself, though, is beautiful, and it's filmed on location, which really helps you forget that this was a TV effort. Once at the castle, Cheryl begins to experience the same dreams she had as a child. Later on, she ventures into the depths of the castle and sees her nightmares seemingly becoming a reality. Now, this inevitably leads to the ogre coming into the real world via a gooey cocoon, wearing a snazzy, ruffled outfit for no reason I could discern. They forgo the makeup effects of the first 2 movies and instead go with a creature suit for the ogre, which doesn't quite live up to the effects I expected. In fact, the ogre is largely kept to a minimum and in the shadows during most of the film. This was most likely due to the TV budget and the constraints on what they could actually show. Also, as a problem with many made-for-TV efforts, there are a lot of useless padding and drawn-out sequences that seem to exist solely to reach that 90-minute runtime. Now, with all that said, I do have to say that I enjoyed this film for what it was. As a sequel to the Demon series, it falls flat from its lack of spectacle and a very disappointing ending. But the premise actually has a lot going for it, and it manages to keep reeling you along until the credits begin to roll. Now, how you interpret the film is also completely subjective, but I view it as the ogre being a figment of her imagination from her childhood due to never fully coming to terms with this life-altering nightmare she had so long ago. Now, after the ordeal with the ogre in the movie, it seems that Cheryl can finally move on with her life. The rest of the film is full of competently acted characters that you can really get behind, along with an authentic set and a brilliant castle locale. The movie works as a low-key horror film that embraces the anxiety you get from what you don't see. The ogre itself works as a stand-in for all the monsters we've had in our closets growing up. So, by limiting the ogre's screen time, it might be to try and have you place your own monster from your past in the movie in hopes of vanquishing it, just like Cheryl does. Or, equally likely, they realized the costume was ridiculous and wanted to put it in the shadows as much as possible. Who knows? Demon 3 has an engaging plot that is a bit plotting and not fully realized, but as a TV effort, it is quite effective and is nice to look at for the most part. I would recommend a watch for fans of Italian horror because there is something there to enjoy. But besides that, it's not quite worth it. That ends the review for The Ogre, but we are nowhere near done with Demon 3. Tune in next month for The Church, otherwise known as The True Demon 3.